How you going, guys? This is a reversing valve change. So we've got a leak in reversing valve, which is that one there, and we're going to swap that over with a new reversing valve. So we'll get on the way, we'll just pump it down and take it from there. Just remove the reversing valve coil itself. Make sure the unit is turned off so you don't actually burn out the reversing valve coil, and start to unsweat. Reversing valve coil, just be unsweat it, just let it cool down for a little bit. One thing to take notice, guys, is when changing reversing valve coils, discharge is at the bottom, then you have your suction, which is generally in the middle, and your condenser and your evaporator. And what you have to really do is make sure that you get the reversing valve the right way around. Otherwise, when it's activated for heating, for example, it'll be activated on cooling, so it'll be the wrong way around. So make sure when you follow around, for example, this side here, this line right here, which is very hot, is my evaporator line. So that shoots out downstairs into the roof space. So evaporator, and then the other side at the back here, this line right there off the reversing valve, which is the far end, is my condenser. So the middle must be my suction. So that is the way you're supposed to do it. To prepare your reversing valve, you remove the reversing valve coil, which is generally just a screw or a nut. You take that off and you remove it, and I tend to put the screw or the nut back in so I don't bloody lose it. And the reason for removing the coil is so you don't damage it and overheat it. Existingly on this machine is a ADCO coil and reversing valve, both of them, and you can't actually buy reversing valve coils anymore. These valves are superseded. So this is one of the problems we have with these reversing valves, where the coils actually overheat and crack because it is not a perfect fitment on the actual shaft. So that's what actually cools the reversing valve down. It uses the reversing valve itself as a heat sink. So just remove the caps and the discharge and whatever else. Line it up and sweat it in. Just make sure that you have an open line. So as you can see here, off my discharge, I actually remove the Schroeder valve. Otherwise you won't be able to finish off your last weld, mate. It'll be very, very hard, because the oxygen and whatever leftover refrigerant is in the system or in the sump of the compressor will actually expand and won't let you seal off your last weld. So that's one thing to make sure you do. This is the last sweat I'm doing. Discharge. I just welded the discharge, and I actually took the discharge off the compressor as well, the actual bit of copper, just make things easier and eliminate refrigerant leaks. When possible, I use cool gel instead of wet rag. It makes it life easier. Just give it a light, slightly let it cool down. Just make things workable. And now, next step, I'm going to weld the discharge straight into the compressor, and my hardest weld is now done. then I can weld all from up top, which would be pretty damn good. Alright guys, now reversing valve has been sweated up. Hopefully got no fucking leaks. Insert your schroeder valve that you removed earlier. Alright, that's in. And that's what she looks like. Could be sloppy, but as long as it holds, man, it's not something that's seen. And one thing you always want to do is change your dryer. So this one here is a 5/8 biflow, but it's actually supposed to be a 1/2 inch, but that's not a problem. So just really, before you unsweat it, just hit it with some emery cloth, so that way when you go to do your new weld, all the crap that you might get stuck on it, on the existing pipes, won't burn off and mate into your system, so it's a must. The problem with these old reversing valves, they're a Alco reversing valve, is the shaft size right here is an odd size, so you can't actually buy a reversing valve coil that fits it correctly. So what happens is the coils go on, and if you can see, there's actually play, and what happens is the reversing valve coil uses the shaft to actually cool itself down, or acts like a heatsink. So a lot of times when you fit a reversing valve coil to it, they overheat and crack. And you can't also fix the coil itself to the reversing valve because there's nothing, there's no screw or nut that you can actually fix it to. So you kind of got to put heavy duty cable ties onto it, and that's what gives you the problem. So only way you can get around that is physically changing the reversing valve. Alright, the system has been refitted with reversing valve coils. Tried wiring up. I leak tested the system and dropped the charge in, and it's running beautifully. So it's sweating back. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.